most spectacular human gathering on Earth. No other event on the planet brings more people together in one place at one time. Pilgrims, visitors, curious seekers. And they arrive in greater numbers every Kumbh. They come from across India and the globe.
मैं जयपुर से आया हूँ।
मैं जलंधर पंजाब से आई हूँ। मैं जम्मू से आई हूँ।
I'm from Germany.
हम तो बनारस से आए हैं। हम लोग मोक्ष प्राप्त करने के लिए आए हैं।
But it's more than just spectacle. For the millions who journey to the Kumbh Mela, it's an experience like no other. A quest. Ganga, India's longest river, sacred to Hindus. In the state of Uttar Pradesh, the river Yamuna meets the Ganga. The confluence is considered holy. And here, a river of myth and legend, the Saraswati is said to join them. The confluence of three rivers, or Triveni Sangam, makes Prayagraj special.
It's a Sangam, right? It's a confluence of the Ganga and the Yamuna and the Saraswati, which is a dried up river. It's said to be underground now. And you can see it. It's actually, you can see the churning as the rivers actually join. There's slightly different colours and the currents move differently. And I think this idea of a Sangam, a convergence of ideas, is one that's also quite a rich idea that appeals to many people.
According to belief, a dip in these sacred waters, particularly on auspicious days, leads to the cleansing of sins and release from the cycle of life, death, and rebirth.
The idea is that everyone has lived a life committing some sin, and the sins keep accumulating. In the hope that you would be granted a life which is pure, if the sins were committed in the course of time, in the course of life, you go, take a holy dip, you wash them off to start your life with a clean slate, start afresh.
According to folklore, a curse by the great sage Durvasa made the Devas or gods lose their celestial powers. Lord Vishnu, the preserver, advised the gods to churn the cosmic ocean of the Milky Way for the nectar of immortality, or Amrit. But the gods couldn't do this on their own. Expecting a share of the Amrit, the demons or Asuras were persuaded to help. The Manthan, or the great churning, began. The mountain Mandrachal was the churning pole. The serpent king Vasuki became the massive rope. The Devas and Asuras on opposite ends of the rope churned for 1,000 years before the Kumbh, or sacred pot of Amrit, emerged. A fight broke out for the pot of Amrit. Lord Vishnu handed the Kumbh to his mount, Garud, the king of birds. The war for the pot of nectar raged for 12 divine days, equal to 12 human years. And as Garud flew, 4 drops of the divine nectar fell from the Kumbh in 4 places: Haridwar, Nashik, Ujjain, and Prayagraj, making the lands sacred for all time to come. Traditionally, a Purna Kumbh Mela is held every 12 years. However, over time, several versions of the Kumbh Mela have developed, including the Ardh Kumbh, or half Kumbh, as well as the Simhastha Kumbh in Nasik and Ujjain. Specific relative positions of the sun, planets, and constellations determine the date of each Mela. Once every 144 years, the Mahakumbh is celebrated in Prayagraj.
The Kumbh of Prayag is the largest religious gathering in the world. I mean, you don't find it in any other religion. To accommodate the ocean of humanity converging in one place, you need a huge area.
With a mega event just weeks away, a Kumbh city rises. The largest temporary city in the world, spread over 32 square kilometers on the riverbank. It will provide accommodation for religious orders, pilgrims, and visitors. It's a logistics challenge without equal, and the clock is ticking. Planning has been underway for over a year. In the last few months, 22 floating bridges have been laid, using over 2,300 pontoons, the longest over a kilometer long. The pop-up city is made almost entirely of bamboo, wooden poles and tenting material. It has the basic infrastructure of a permanent settlement and costs over 40 billion rupees. An estimated 130 million people will camp here for several weeks. That's almost double the entire population of Great Britain, squeezed into an area just 2% the size of its capital, London.
There were plans prepared for each component, right from electricity to water supply to tentage to city infrastructure, and we have almost 300 kilometers worth network of roads, wide network of electricity supply, and 22 pontoon bridges built, and we'll make sure that all the saints, all the institutions that set up camps here should have the best-in-class facilities.
The main city of Prayagraj, formerly Allahabad, also gets a facelift. Thousands of artists from all over India have been busy bringing Hindu mythology to life on city walls. Among them is Indore-based painter Vijay Kale.
हम लोग यहाँ पर पेंट करने के लिए बुलाए गए हैं, जो पूरा स्ट्रीट आर्ट पेंट कर रहे हैं हम लोग। अभी जो लोग काम कर रहे हैं वो कुंभ से रिलेटेड कर रहे हैं, जिसमें साधु वगैरह पेंट हो रहे हैं।
From depictions of the Kumbh myth to striking images of sadhus, the colorful imagery covering 70 acres transformed the city into one massive art installation.
ये जो प्रोजेक्ट था ये वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा बिग इवेंट है आर्ट के ऊपर, जहाँ एक साथ 4000 आर्टिस्ट काम कर रहे हैं। हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी रही है कि हम लोग एक साथ यहाँ पर एकत्रित हुए और हम लोगों का भी एक तरीके से कुंभ हुआ है।
The Mela is now 3 weeks away. Hindu monastic orders, or Akharas, present themselves with customary fanfare. This is Peshwai, the curtain raiser for the Kumbh. Devotees of Shiva, the Naga Babas in trademark ash and dreadlocks, make quite an entrance. These ascetic mendicants do not submit to social niceties and norms. Some even carry traditional weapons. Many travel the ancient way. The procession makes its way to the tent city, where the Akharas will set up base for the coming weeks. Revered for having renounced the world, sadhus enjoy rock star status at the Kumbh. Locals line the streets and rooftops, some to watch or take a selfie, others to be blessed. The Jamboree marks the arrival of the movers and shakers of the greatest of all melas or fairs. The Akharas do not arrive in Prayag at random. They follow a sequence governed by ancient convention.
पेशवाई के पीछे जो प्राचीन समय से जो शब्द है पेशवाओं का, ये पेशवाओं से चला है। जब पेशवाई चलती है तो उसके आगे सबसे आगे हमारे गुरु महाराज दत्त भगवान चलते हैं। उनके पीछे में सूर्य प्रकाश जो बाला है हमारा, जिसको हम लोग देवता बोलते हैं, वो चलते हैं। फिर हमारा जो है नागा लोग उनके पीछे रहते हैं। फिर हमारा आचार्य लोग, महामंडलेश्वर, फिर हमारे जितने भी संत महात्मा है वो सब चलते हैं। कहीं पर भी बहुत जगह पर ऐसा होता है कि सालों साल नहीं मिल पाते, परंतु कुंभ का मेले में आके सब मिलते हैं। यहाँ पर हम लोग जैसे मान लीजिए कि अदालत में कहीं जाते हैं तो कहीं आवाज़ दिया जाता है कि भाई आप फलाना आदमी हाजिर हो, पेश हो, तो ये भगवान के सामने पेश होना।
The Naga Sadhus are a star attraction. They will be the first to take a holy dip on the days of the Shahi Snaan or the great baths.
Kumbh precedes Akharas. The Akharas existed much before the Shahi Snaan word came, because it is not Arabic, it's pure Persian word, because there were no Shahs in India. So how can something be royal? Because Shahi translated as royal in English. There is no other word for Shahi Snaan in the text.
The sadhus cross over into the temporary city, consecrate the land, set up their gods, and begin their ritual practices.
तो आज से सभी देवताओं का उपासना करते हैं हमारा संत महात्मा लोग, तपस्या साधना करना, गंगा जी में स्नान करना, त्रिवेणी संगम में स्नान करना। तो अभी यह अस्थायी रूप से वसंत पंचमी तक यहीं पर संतों का सबका यहाँ वास रहेगा।
The 13 Akharas, or monastic orders, represent various religious sects of Hindu Sanatan Dharma, the timeless religion. The first 10 Akharas were set up in the 8th century by the Hindu philosopher and theologian Adi Shankaracharya. These Akharas represent both Vaishnavites, the followers of Lord Vishnu, the preserver, as well as Shaivites, the followers of Lord Shiva, the destroyer. Each Shaivite order is divided into Shastradhari, the scripture bearers, and the Astradhari, the Naga warriors, the weapon bearers. The Udasi Akhara stands out. These holy men interpret Sikh philosophy in Vedantic terms. They view the founder of Sikhism, Guru Nanak, as a defender of the Sanatan Dharma. The sect was founded by Baba Sri Chand, the eldest son of Guru Nanak. The Akhara is testament to the syncretic nature and composite culture of India. While mantras are being chanted, history is quietly being created. For the first time ever, Kinnar Akhara, representing the third gender, has been granted affiliation by the Juna Akhara at the Prayagraj Kumbh and will take their first official Shahi Snaan.
ये लड़ाई में से अपने स्वाभिमान की थी। ये अब से नहीं थी, 96 से थी। हम चल रहे थे अपनी पहचान के लिए। भाई जो सम्मान मेरे ग्रंथों में लिखा है, तुलसीदास ने लाखों वर्ष पहले लिख दिया, हजारों वर्ष पहले लिखा कि देव धनुष किन्नर नर श्रेणी। इस प्रयागराज में कुंभ के अंदर ये सारी श्रेणियां स्नान करेंगी। नीति ने हमें चुना, संत समाज में किन्नरों को आना था। यही हमारी जद्दोजहद थी कि हमारी अपनी पहचान होनी चाहिए। किन्नरों का काम है समाज के लिए मांगना, दुआ करना और अपने आप को प्रूफ करना कि हाँ, हमारे को एक स्पेशल बना के भेजा है। हम आपके हर खुशी में, हर खुशी को मांगने वाले हैं। तो हमारी देवी देवता कैसे अलग हो सकते हैं? वही हमारे महादेव हैं। आपको सनातन धर्म में विश्वास है और आपको कुछ करने की इच्छा है धर्म के लिए, तो आप आइए, आपका स्वागत है।
The floodplains of the Triveni Sangam look festive. The trickle of pilgrims has turned into a flood. All roads seem to lead to the Prayagraj Kumbh Mela. Pilgrims come from far and near. According to official figures, the last Kumbh here received 120 million visitors. This time, the total numbers are expected to double.
Kumbh Mela is a spectacle of faith. it's something that people do voluntarily. You're not obliged to do it. So large number of people, millions of people gather in one place in one time at regular intervals to take a dip in the river.
A vast sea of humanity. Wave after wave of faces, expressions, colors. It's a magnet for visual artists. Acclaimed cinematographer and photographer Hemant Chaturvedi has seen many a Kumbh. His keen eye seeks out images that tell human stories, gritty, cinematic, and real.
I've been to every Kumbh since I was 3 years old, which is 1971. I used to come with my family, holding a hand and with the great fear कि वो मेले में घूम जाएंगे. The Kumbh became something that was a kind of a habit almost. Every time the event takes place, it's a kind of urge that comes upon me to be here and participate in whatever capacity I can. So the general representation of the Kumbh was always sadhus. It was sadhus, more sadhus, still more sadhus, chillams, naked men with ash jumping into rivers and flailing their dreadlocks and so on. My purpose was to shoot what the Kumbh meant to me, which was people. The Kumbh is actually about the number of people who come with a single-minded faith to take that snan and go back. So I just photographed people. There's just things happening everywhere all the time. I don't know where to look. There's just some visual interference, visual noise. It was very fulfilling to see families of all descriptions from all parts of India in varying states of poverty and disrepair. Each of them came with a certain commitment, whether they were South Indians, Shaivites, Vaishnavites, and that for me represented the Kumbh, the people of Kumbh.
The faces change, the numbers grow, the quest remains. Young and old, rich and poor, millions flock to the Kumbh seeking something intangible, immeasurable. Some come for the spectacle, some for spirituality, others for salvation. Some arrive to escape, others to renounce the world and find themselves. The Kumbh is the ultimate melting pot. It's the world's largest religious gathering. UNESCO calls it the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The Triveni Sangam at Prayagraj has welcomed many Kumbhs on its bank. For centuries, the Kumbh Mela has attracted people from around India and the world. Its origins and antiquity are uncertain. The dates of every Mela are still determined by the Panchang, an ancient Hindu calendar based on the movement of the moon, sun, and planets. The earliest historical record of the Mela is from the 7th century. Chinese traveler Xuanzang mentions King Harshvardhan visiting a cyclical fair in the month of Magh at the confluence of rivers in what is believed to be Prayagraj. Was this Magh Mela the Kumbh? The term Kumbh Mela appears in a 17th century Mughal chronicle during the reign of Emperor Aurangzeb. Later, in the colonial period, the British record many accounts and pictures of the Kumbh Mela.
What draws foreigners to Kumbh initially is the images that they have seen. The ocean of humanity converging in one place. The tent cities, no dresses at all of the Nagas. So everyone is making an attempt to figure out what Kumbh is if they can decode it.
To this day, the Kumbh Mela attracts travelers from all over the world, seeking the experience of a lifetime. Their reasons for coming are as varied as their appearances.
My name is Takeshi Ishikawa, coming from Japan.
My name is Chris. I came from England.
My name is Romana from Italy.
I'm Rob from Holland.
My name is Imade Gede Subawa, and I'm from Bali, Indonesia.
This is another land, another world.
To spirituality. It is so peaceful, but with a lot of exuberance and energy. It's good energy.
I've been to Ujjain also, I've been to Nasik. This is the largest.
Can you imagine if the world is only one kind? This world will look ugly because of the different, and that makes it look so beautiful.
Many foreign visitors are pilgrims, but a select few have made the leap from devotee to guru. This is Yogmata Kiko Aikawa from Japan.
Indian philosophy is a Sanatan religion, nature, power, so sound and light, to one by one to purification and go beyond body, each body to source, reach to source, who am I?
50 million people have united, have come together. Spirituality, in the name of divinity, in the name of purity. They have no borders, no boundaries. Here for love.
I came to India with a backpack traveling. I was not on a quest. I was not religious. Came to India, stood on the banks of the Ganga River in Rishikesh, and had such a powerful, transformational experience that I knew this is where I need to be. This is home. This is where I need to stay.
In 1996, Sadhvi Bhagwati Saraswati visited India to find her anchor in the folds of Hinduism. An American and Stanford graduate, Sadhvi decided to embrace the life of a sannyasin, or hermit.
I grew up in California in a very wonderful, very traditional American family in Los Angeles. It wasn't any kind at all of decision that I made by weighing pros and cons or making it the way that one thinks about making life decisions. As I embraced more and more, all of that I had been attached to, it dissipated.
Global visitors are drawn to the Kumbh Mela for a variety of reasons. Some feel an invisible pull, a desire to quench their spiritual thirst. Every night they throng the river bank to pray and chant, lighting sacred fires to honor the river Ganga.
When you bathe in the Sangam, you're having this bath, not just in water. You're bathing in the truth of the self. And that wetness never dries. The wetness of your body, the wetness of your clothes, that will dry. But the wetness of the self that you experience, that never dries.
The Kumbh is a hive of activity. Festive, dazzling. Even by night, the Kumbh never sleeps.
It's a mela, it's a fair, it's a festival. There's so much happening actually on the grounds. Even from the 19th century, there are various kinds of attractions that bring people to the mela. We have wonderful records from the 1820s that you could buy almost anything at the Kumbh Mela in Allahabad. So it's been many things over many times. It's a constantly evolving festival, and it is religious, but it's not only religious. It's many things.
It's a cold mid-January night at the Kumbh Mela. Pilgrims huddle around fires. But it's no ordinary night. Soon, the Naga Sadhus shall be in the heat of the action. At the appointed hour, they will lead the first of the great baths, the Shahi Snaan. Makar Sankranti, festival of the sun god, Surya. It celebrates the arrival of longer days, the shortening of nights, and the waning of winter. Officially, it's the first day of the Prayagraj Kumbh, a day to wash away past sins and pray to the sun god for good fortune.
India is a land created by pilgrim sites. Amongst the pilgrim, the most important pilgrim are these babas, these munis, sadhus, but basically people who have abandoned the household life. These are wandering mystics of India. In fact, they've even performed their own shraddh, their funeral ceremony, so effectively they are dead. They're Digambaras, they wear no clothes. Digambar means the sky-clad, which is a euphemism for being naked. They cover their body with ash, they have matted hair, and they travel all the time. They don't stay anywhere.
Just as they have renounced worldly pleasures, material possessions, and ties of blood, so too have they shed their clothing. To this day, the Nagas stride unclad and lead their fellow faithful into the ice-cold waters of the Sangam.
They are carrying the energies of all the sacred spaces that they've traveled, and therefore they lead the processions. The ones who own nothing will lead those who own something.
Mounted police and 50,000 security personnel stay watchful, carefully surveying the proceedings. It's their job to ensure that the peace and sanctity of the occasion are not marred. The atmosphere is charged. Millions of people will take to the water. The punishing winter temperature shall not dampen their spirits. Chanting fills the air.
The first stand and the last ones, the Amavasya one and the Purnima one, are the most important. People like a spectacle. People like consecration. There is a mass unconsciousness. There is a shared experience. You go there for a reason of your own. But there's a transformational experience in any case.
Logistics and security arrangements may alter with changing times, but the cosmic alignments that propel the faithful towards the Kumbh have not changed. This scene has played out over and over again for centuries. The march of the Naga Sadhus, the fever pitch of faith, that first plunge into the bone-chilling waters of the Sangam. Festive processions of sadhus and akharas arrive on the scene. Keeping to custom, ordinary mortals will not bathe just yet. It is believed that spiritual benefits are earned through the ritual of taking the dip after the babas have bathed. And so they wait patiently while sadhus rush in.
The process of bathing starts. Therefore, the Snaan, that becomes very important. The water is assumed to have this magical powers that will cleanse all your karma, remove all the burden of debts, and you can start life afresh.
The Nagas have led the way. Now others shall follow. Hundreds of thousands have braved the freezing cold. But this is just the beginning. Millions more will flock to the bathing ghats for the ritual cleansing. A reset button for life. Day breaks on the first of the great baths, or Shahi Snaan, at the Kumbh Mela. Bare-bodied Naga Sadhus and saffron-clad men and women brave the icy waters at the confluence of the Ganga, the Yamuna, and the legendary Saraswati. One after another, the Hindu monastic orders, or Akharas, take the ceremonial plunge. The Naga Sadhus cover themselves in ash in tribute to Lord Shiva. The layer of ash is their only protection from the bitter cold. Their nakedness signifies the renunciation of everything material and worldly, including social norms.
It's interesting, one of the things that challenged the British the most was the Naga Sadhus, because of course from a British perspective to be naked at any time it's an outrage of public decency. And the British actually spent a lot of time trying to work out ways they could actually arrest the processions of naked sadhus after the 1857 rebellion.
But given the risks, the British stayed away from interfering with nudity sanctified by religion. Traditionally, a Naga Sadhu has no worldly possessions. Living off charity and alms, he lives a life of austerity, remains celibate, and has no bonds of family. Naga Sadhus even perform their own last rites. These ascetic warriors of Shiva arrive in the thousands during the Kumbh Mela, only to return to their solitary nomadic ways. They inspire awe as much for their appearance and renegade image as for living by their own rules.
In the late 19th century in particular, there were a couple of major accidents at the Kumbh.
I remember way back in 50s there was a stampede because the Nagas could not be restrained. They came with their tridents and they stampeded and they could not be controlled, and lots of people lost their lives and were injured. But since then there have been better arrangements.
The call of the Kumbh may be spiritual, but organizing it is an earthly challenge. On any given day, up to 10 million visitors visit the Mela site. Far larger numbers arrive on official bathing days. And the crowds need managing. This is the focal point of the Kumbh Mela security. From this control room, every movement is monitored. CCTV cameras keep an eye on proceedings, relaying images to the integrated command and control center. The entire Kumbh Mela area is divided into 10 zones and 25 sectors, each under a senior police officer. The 50,000 policemen deployed on the ground are controlled from here. Superintendent of Police Dev Ranjan is in charge.
So this control center is working as a nerve center, or we can say this is working as a brain for each and every response that we are required to give. We have installed more than 1,000 cameras inside Kumbh Mela Kshetra and outside in Allahabad city area. These 1,000 cameras are providing us with access to around each and every corner of Kumbh Mela Kshetra. So at every strategic location we have installed CCTV cameras, and round the clock we are monitoring them.
The already hard-pressed security personnel have a whole new challenge. The impending visit of the President of India. But there is more than just security to consider. as millions trek back and forth to the Sangam for spiritual nourishment, like food. Over the course of 49 days of the Kumbh Mela, hundreds of community kitchens serve free meals to pilgrims. Organizations like Om Namah Shivaya Sanstha serve 3 bhandaras or community feasts daily. With over 100,000 visitors to feed every day, 500 workers work round the clock in the makeshift kitchens. A supervisor oversees the cooking and distribution. Meals take up to 4,000 kilos of flour, 5,000 kilos of rice, and over 2,000 kilos of potatoes every day.
The idea of giving is taken as a contrast to the idea of accumulating. The Dan Parampara probably started with this, finding a middle path. It is left to you with the belief that if you adhere to the Sanatan Dharma, you'd actually follow it.
भंडारा ओम नमः शिवाय संस्था हमारे पूज्य प्रभु श्री के द्वारा चलाया जा रहा है। भंडारे का उद्देश्य मेले में
The bhandaras are an act of charity. Food is served to all free of charge, without discrimination, as Andan, the donation of food.
मेले में आए हुए लाखों करोड़ों तीर्थयात्रियों को भोजन कराना हमारी संस्था का, हमारे प्रभु जी का उद्देश्य है। प्रतिदिन जो है मेन कैंप में 1 लाख, 1.25 लाख लोग पर डे खाते हैं और अदर जो हमारे 2 स्थानों पे भंडारे चल रहे हैं 15,000, 20,000 लोग की पर डे लोग प्रसाद ग्रहण करते हैं।
The Annakut, Annadan, this Bhandara is common to accruing punya. And you see there is a Vedic verse which says Annam Vai Brahma, Annam Vai Rasa. Anna is the cosmic reality, food, and Anna is the ultimate enjoyment of life. There is a question of sharing with somebody what you have or giving something, reducing your needs. You don't need religion to do that. It's your conscience.
But for some, food is a great business opportunity.
कुंभ बेसिकली मेला होता बहुत बड़ा, तो हमारा ये था कि एक
पब्लिक के अंदर नई जनरेशन जो आ रही है कुंभ में,
उसमें उसको अट्रैक्ट किया जाए। कैसे वो अट्रैक्ट हो सकती है? एक बेसिकली फूड, खाना अगर अच्छा मिलेगा तो वो और दिन रुकेंगे।
जो यहाँ पे कुंभ में सुबह जो महाराज वगैरह जाते हैं साधु संत, तो उनके लिए 2 घंटे यहाँ पे फ्री खाना मतलब कि दिया जाता है। उसके बाद अपना मतलब कि स्टार्ट करते हैं।
Back in the command center, security personnel are on the alert. The President of India, Ram Nath Kovind, arrives and is received by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath. It's the first visit by an Indian head of state in 66 years. The visit goes off without a hitch. The security team can breathe easy for now. It's Mauni Amavasya, the festival of the new moon. Traditionally, it's a day of mourn or silence, of reflection and atonement for past sins. It's also the second and biggest of the great baths, or Shahi Snaans. The cosmic alignments are auspicious, and the crowds are swelling. The administration is expecting up to 50 million visitors, the most ever in a single day at Kumbh. In the rising tide of people, it's easy to go missing. As many as 300,000 people were reported missing or lost at the last Kumbh. As they wade through the sea of humanity, friends or family members can often get separated. Finding one among the millions looks impossible.
We have 15 Khoya Paya centers जो कि अलग-अलग क्षेत्र में फैले हुए हैं और इन खोया पाया सेंटर्स पे जो भी लोग ऐसे हैं जो खो गए हैं, कुंभ में किसी से बिछड़ गए हैं, वो वहाँ पर जाते हैं, उनका प्रॉपर रजिस्ट्रेशन होता है. देन हिज इंफॉर्मेशन विल बी डिस्प्लेड ओवर LED screens in all the Khoya Paya centers, and announcements are also made over public address system about some missing person.
कृपया ध्यान दें, कृष्णा तिवारी
3,500 megaphones across the Kumbh mega city blare out names of the lost and missing all day long.
खोया पाया केंद्र सेक्टर नंबर 4 हर आरती त्रिवेणी रैंप के पास आ जाए.
At the lost and found centers, scenes of anxiety and despair play out. There was a time when getting lost at the Mela and losing touch with loved ones was not uncommon. It even became the stuff of Bollywood cliché. But now, thanks to modern technology, the prospects of finding the missing are much brighter. It's been over 5 weeks, but the Kumbh Mela is still in the news. The Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi makes his mark at the biggest public event of his first tenure. It's springtime. The final day of the Kumbh Mela is here. Coinciding with Mahashivratri, festival of Lord Shiva.
Technology will change, but human insecurity will stay. And as long as humans are insecure, they will need the gods. They will need rituals. They will need festivals. Because this is where you go to ask yourself fundamental questions of life. What is the point of existence? What is the point of life? Is there meaning in property? Is there meaning in giving it away? All that happens in Kumbh. So I think it's going to be there forever. It'll keep, of course, transforming.
Over 7 weeks, Prayagraj has played host to a record-setting mega event. According to official estimates, an incredible 240 million people came to the Kumbh Mela here, the highest number ever. The river banks have been the stage for spectacular drama. The Shahi Snaans on the days of Makar Sankranti, Mauni Amavasya and Basant Panchami brought sadhus, pilgrims and believers from across India and beyond.
The actual bath is only a reminder that please think about if you have sinned, if you want to get rid of your guilt, if you want to mend your ways. I mean, like the Kumbh metaphor, the churning of the ocean brought out the poison. Churning of the ocean brought out the nectar. I think Kumbh allows you to savor a bit of the toxicity and a lot of the ambrosial quality of life, ordinary Hinduism.
The Naga Sadhus have been in the spotlight. Soon they shall return to life in the shadows. Until next time, when the celestial bodies align once again, as they have since the beginning of time. Just as 3 sacred rivers merge at the Sangam in ancient Prayagraj, myriad faiths, castes and ideas from places near and far converge and meld into a shared human experience like no other. It is this that is the enduring appeal of Kumbh. And the wonder that is India.